Hey everyone, it's Jay again, and I'm back with more Miscrits Volcano Island, and I said that my next video would be a Daily Arena video, and I haven't done any Daily Arena yet. In fact, I have not played since the last time I made the video, which is kind of sad. I was planning on playing more, and I just didn't. I promise my next video will be a Platinum Arena video, but I said my next one would be a Daily Arena video, so here it is. I know I said I'd do it yesterday, but yesterday was... Sorry, excuse me. It was super busy for me. I explained that why in my most recent Cybermon video, which should have come out like immediately before this video. So if you want to check out that video first and find out why I was so busy yesterday, you can go ahead and check that out. Check that one out. If you did watch that first and you're coming here to hear what I had to say about the new Sword Art episode, that's perfectly fine. So, I've been watching Sword Art, and spoiler alert, by the way. If you haven't watched the series recently, and you haven't caught up, and you want to watch it, it's a really good... By the way, if you haven't seen it at all, it's already in the second season, and it's a great series. It's a great series. I definitely recommend it. Definitely, absolutely, 100% recommend it. And if you haven't watched it, go watch it, because it's good, especially if you like anime. You know, and even if you don't like anime, it might be one of those animes to get you into anime. And if not, the only other anime that I might recommend is Gurren Lagann. Fully Cooley is my favorite anime of all time. And if you're wondering what I just said, I said Fully Cooley. And sometimes, and most of the time, the anime is acronymed as FLCL. That's my favorite anime of all time. Anyway, what is in my pocket? Sorry, there's something in my pocket. I was like, what the heck is this? Well, oh. Okay, cool. Anyway, sorry, got distracted. So yeah, Sword Art. If you haven't watched it, don't listen to what I'm gonna say, because you should watch it. Anyway. You got to attack me twice? Is my speed really that bad? I guess I do have negative 20 speed. Anyway. So, recently you know, at first I was really into Sword Art. Really into Sword Art. All Season 1, all the first part of Season 2, all of Gun Gale Online. Great. Even after Gun Gale ended and Xenon joined them in, back in Alfheim. I think they're in Alfheim, right? And joined them back in Alfheim, and they did the whole, you know, Excalibur stuff. That was fun. That was nice. You know, it was nice to see. And I even liked the start of the whole Yuki thing at the beginning. I did like it how it began. But it all happened way too quick. Everything that happened, like really everything that's been going on. And I have not finished the newest episode, so maybe something at the end of the episode will explain to me what's going on. But basically, in about 2 days, it felt like, in about 2 days, Asuna ran into this group of people, thought they were freaking awesome, helped them defeat a boss, and was like, I thought we could be best friends forever. Like, she was the overly attached girlfriend, but with this guild. The overly attached guild member. You know, she was like, I thought we could be friends forever. I thought we could always be together. And was I the only one who thought that? But the rest of the guild was the same way, too. They're like, no, we thought the same thing. And I was like, what the heck is going on? You guys have known each other for like 48 hours. Like, seriously, your time together can be freaking measured in hours. I mean, I know technically you can measure hours in everything, you know, in anything, but at a certain point it becomes ridiculous. You know, like, I have known my best friend Bryce for 20 years, almost, you know, 20 to 21 years now. I wouldn't measure how long we've known each other in hours, because that would just be too ridiculous. But anyway, Um, you know, yeah, they've known each other for like this extremely small amount of time, and they're already like, I don't know, it's just ridiculous. They're just too, they seem far too close for a group that has only known each other for such a short period of time. And maybe they've known each other longer, but the anime doesn't show that. Maybe it's better in the book. Maybe, because it is based on a novel. And maybe in the book, they have actually been friends for like, a month or something. Maybe they spent a long time fighting together, training to do this. But it really seems like she met her one day, fought her, won the fight by her giving up. Then she, next day, she met the guild. That same day, they fought the boss, left, fought the boss again, saw that... This all seems to happen in the same day, by the way. They saw their name on the wall, and they're like all happy, and then they celebrated at Asuna's place. And then, actually, they celebrated at Asuna's place first, actually, now that I think about it. Celebrated at Asuna's place first, kind of started talking about hanging out after the boss fight. So this is like one day. It's like one day after they've met each other. And then they go to the wall, they look at their names on the wall, and during the boss fight, Yuki called Asuna sister, Nei-chan. And during, and at the wall, she called her sister, Nei-chan again. And now Asuna's last name is Yuki. It's Asuna Yuki. And then it's Yuki something. I can't remember what her real name is. But in this episode so far, the most recent episode so far that I was watching, Asuna is so distressed about Yuki suddenly signing off. And she meets the other main girl, guild member, who is like really close to Yuki, and she tries to ask her, and she logs out as well and stops talking to her. And they go to Kyoto, or she goes to Kyoto, and Kyoto happens to know where the real Yuki is. He doesn't know absolutely for certain, but he believes he has a good idea. And of course, like a boss, and he always is, he's right, and he actually knows the exact location of her. So Asuna goes, and she finds Yuki out of game, and she is hospitalized. She's in a hospital. She has AIDS, and she's sick and dying, and has had it since birth, and it's been slowed down greatly by the medicine, and has allowed her to live to this point. But she believes that it will not last much longer, and that very soon she'll die. But Asuna didn't know this until she got there, and I don't know. It just seems a little strange to me that she went to such lengths to find out where Yuki is. Like, I don't think I would ever meet anybody, no matter how cool they were, online in a video game, and in one day hunt them down in person. That seems a little too ridiculous to me. And, like, seriously, hunt them down and be like, where are you? Where do you live? Tell me where you... Like, I can't even imagine anyone in one day. Like, I mean, sure, like, if my friend Jen was hurt, right? I would do my best and try and find her. I don't know exactly where she lives. I know a city. I know the city and state that she lives near. And if she was so hurt and so, in such pain, and that she couldn't message me, and the last message she sent me was, I need you, or something. And even then, I had to wait for her to request, for me. Because Because if she purposely chose to leave me and was like, I can't talk to you anymore, I don't want to see you anymore, and she purposely left me, that's one thing. But if she was like, I need you, and then like couldn't contact me anymore, I would do it. She's my friend. She's my friend for years. And even though I've never seen her face, I've never seen a picture of her, you know, and I only know a general area of where she lives, I would go and find her. So, anyway, her and I have been friends for a long time now. That I think about it, like 8 or 9 years, right? No, less than that. Less than that, like 5 or 6 years. 5 or 6 years. Yeah, because I met her after I graduated high school. So, but anyway, so yeah, in the new Sword Art Online episode, she's at this hospital. She's talking to the doctor. The doctor apparently must have been watching over her for a long time because he knows a lot about her, and and I guess he has. He said that he's known her since like she was a child, and he knows a lot about their history, like from the past. So maybe he has known her for a long time. I don't, it seems that's what it seems like at least. So, I don't know. They seem too close, and I feel like people don't normally get that close to people that quickly. Like even my own family. I mean, maybe I'm weird. Maybe I'm the weird one. Maybe people do get close to people that quickly. Like I know people online, like on Facebook, who call me things like brother. Like they're like, "Hey, bro, what's up?" They're like, "Hey, you're my brother," and I'm like, I don't even know you. Who are you? Like, I don't know your name. Like, I don't know your real name. I don't know, your family. I don't know your friends. I don't know what you like. I don't know what you read. I don't know what you watch. I don't know anything about you. And you're sitting here saying that we're as close as brothers. And they're like, yeah, man. Yeah, we're brothers. We're bros. We're close. We're family practically. And I'm like, I have no idea who the hell you are. How are we close as family? And I know that's kind of although that does happen, honestly, that really happens to me. And I know that you guys are thinking, that's just one weird person, but I kind of feel like that even with my own family. Like my oldest brother, his name is David, and I love him. He's my brother. He is my blood brother. We have the same mother. We have different fathers, but we have the same mom. And as I am his younger brother, I do love him and want him the best for him. But I didn't even know about him until I was like 7 or 8. And, I just met him briefly when I was like 8 years old. And then I didn't see him again until I was like 14. And then I didn't see him again until I was almost 21. So I saw him like 3-4 times in my life. And he got this way in his mind where he's like, I want us to be like real brothers. I want us to be close and stuff like that. And we are too different, him and I. We are just too different of people, He is this type of guy where he's a player, he likes to go out to bars and pick up women and, have one-night stands and get drunk and get wasted and party and that's my brother, He likes to get in fights and, punch people. And that's him. And that's not me. I don't like to go to bars. I don't like to go to crazy parties, I like to be at home with a small group of friends, playing video games, watching some anime or a good movie, talking about nerdy stuff, small, secluded groups of people where, the music's not too loud and you could actually talk to people. And You know, I like girls. You know, I'd like to, you know, meet new girls, but I'm a very shy person, and I mean, I know that I try and act not shy on my videos, but I'm an incredibly shy person, and um, I don't I don't know how some people can do that. How do one night stands work? That blows my mind. Like, people talk about one night stands all the time. I'm like, how do you guys, how? How does that even happen? How do you meet a person that night and get to the point where you are so intimate with them that you can sleep with them in one night? In one night. In less than, like, 8 hours. You know, meet someone. Get to the point where you're so intimate with them that you can have sex with them. And then leave. And then just go off on your own way. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I understand it. You know, sometimes I understand it's like a lust thing, and you just want to, you know, do it to do it. But I don't know. Sometimes I just don't get it. Anyway, I went off way. I kind of went way off topic. But and it even goes a little bit lower than that. Again, this is part of me where I think I'm kind of weird. Is like even to where my own brothers, like I have my brother Raymond and my brother Chris, and I have a big family. I'm one of 9, and I my brother Chris and my brother Raymond. I lived with them. I lived with Raymond since he was born until he was like 12 or 14. I can't even remember if he was 12 or 14. And I moved away for about 8 months with my dad. My dad and I moved away for about 8 months. After 8 months later, he came, lived with us. And I lived with him until I was 22. So he's 6 years younger than me. So he would have been 16 at the time. Yeah. And that makes sense. That makes sense a lot, yeah. So, yeah, when I turned 22, I moved out. So, man. And I love Raymond a lot. And Raymond's cool. He's a cool guy. He's smart. He's, excuse my language, he's an asshole, but he is, and he knows it. And I love him. And I always will love him. But sometimes I don't feel that close to him. There was one time, and I actually questioned him about this later, and he said that he didn't mean it. But one time I asked him, I said, Raymond, if you were going to describe me, if you could describe me in one word, what word would you use? And he said, replaceable. And years later, he said he was kidding, but I have never forgotten that. I have never forgotten that answer. And because sometimes I think he's right, you know, that maybe I am replaceable. I've never thought too highly of myself. Anyway, so yeah, my brother Chris, you know, he's my older brother, and again, he's an a-hole in a different way than Raymond is. And him and I are even closer than Raymond, you know, at least we used to be. And Chris is the guy I played video games with, and I grew up with, you know. Raymond's 6 years younger than me, but Chris is only 2 years older than me, you know. And him and I were a lot closer in age, and so we were able to kind of do everything together. And you know, I don't feel close to him at all anymore. I mean, I haven't talked to him in a long time. He actually called me the other day and asked me if I want to play Diablo 3 with him, and I completely forgot because I get so busy with work and everything. And he hasn't called me back since, and I haven't called him back since. So I don't know. It just seems so weird that what basically my point is, how is it that, you know, and I guess I don't know, I have answers, but here's what all right, let me just say it. I was going to say, how can you be so close to someone who you have just met? You've just met. When you can't be that close to people who you've known your entire life. You know? How can you be so close with someone in 8 to 48 hours that you are willing to go through such lengths and jump through hoops of fire for this person and put your life in danger for this person when you have just met them and you know so little about them? You know? I don't know. I mean, I absolutely understand being closer to someone than your family. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Because I think that's my entire life. I think I've always been closer with my friends than any of my family members. Again, don't get me wrong. I love my brothers and love my sisters. They're great. But when it comes down to it, my friends will always be closer to me than they are. My friend Bryce, he's my best friend, and I feel closer to him than I have ever felt to Raymond or Chris. Really, him and I just click. Him and I know each other. We get each other. Him and I have conversations without talking. You know? I've only experienced that, having conversations without speaking, with one other person in my entire life. And that was this girl, this beautiful girl that is still beautiful to this day. And probably in my eyes always will be. And she was this girl that I had wanted to be with. And I pursued her for like 3 years. And in the end, you know, she told me that she didn't want to be with me. And she's the only other person that I've ever had conversations like that where we could speak without speaking. You know? Anyway, this kind of got a little bit depressing and a little bit personal. But it all does lead back to the Sword Art Online episode, where it's like, you know, have you guys ever had that experience? Tell me what that's like, because I have never done that. I have. What happened? The game glitch? Probably did. That's okay. It was kind of getting close to the end of the video anyway. But I'm curious, have you guys ever met someone and you guys were just instantly close? Like, practically instantly close. You know, where the moment you met them, then you were suddenly hanging out with them for days. Like, you didn't even know, you had no idea who they were, okay? And I mean nothing. Not, you had been, you know, seen them in the hall, you know, a few times, you know, or you know, went to this club and you saw them occasionally in the club. No, you met them first time that day, had never seen them before, and then suddenly you guys were close. Like, really close, to the point where you had already seen them as a close friend, and you couldn't see them as anything else but a close friend, or, you know, or more. You know, nothing less than that. I don't know. It's just, it seems too far-fetched to me. I've never, in my 25 years of life, never experienced anything like that. So, and the game glitched on me. I don't know what the heck's going on, but anyway, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for such a depressing episode. Or, if, I don't know. I don't think this episode was really that depressing, personally. You guys might think that. I think it's enlightening in a way. Really. So, anyway, that's it again. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Later.